Hey guys, hey PACE class. I signed for you for uh, Friday vaccine asynchronous day. A little bit more of rational expressions. So I'm making a quick video. There's a Google Doc with a worksheet that I just took a picture of, and I'm going to work out 4 of the even problems and for you, like on the screen right now. And then I'm going to assign you a few of the odd problems to do. We'll see how many um, at the end of this little video. So watch this video. I'm hoping I keep it under like 7 minutes or so. And so here we go. On the worksheet, question number 2. It's multiplying fractions. Look at that. Good to review how to multiply fractions for the Iowa tests. Okay, and we get 7x over 5 times 10 over x squared. Now already we have choices. I'm going to show you 2 different ways to do this problem. When you multiply fractions, you do top times top. So 70x, and then bottom times bottom over 5 x squared, okay? Now, then we can reduce down. 5 goes into 5 once, and 5 goes into 70 14 times. And x, remember, since they're multiplied together, you can cancel, right? If there was a plus sign between the 70 and the x, you wouldn't be able to cancel x's and such. But because they're multiplied, because they are factors, you can. So x goes into x once, so we get 14 times 1, and x goes into x squared x amount of times. So what we're left with is 14 over x. So the answer was 14 over x. All right, I'm going to redo this problem really fast. 7x over 5, 7x over 5, sorry, times 10 over x squared. Okay, and remember, instead of multiplying first, you could reduce first. You can look at anything on the top, and it doesn't have to be diagonally, but in this case it is. And remember, that's very different. You can do this with a time sign, but not with an equal sign. Don't reduce across an equal sign. Anyway, one of my pet peeves. So look, I could say, hey, 5 goes into that twice, 5 goes into that once, x goes into that once, x goes into that x amount of times. So I get 7 times 1 times 2, and that's 14. And then I get 1 times x, which is the same answer. All right, next question is, I'm doing number 6. It's 6 over x squared minus 9x plus 20, and a big line, and that's minus there, okay? And that's all multiplied by, in parentheses, 5x minus 25. Now you might think, well, there's no fraction there. I'm just going to put it over 1, okay? Now, in this case, I'm going to just start messing around first, okay? Instead of multiplying the top times the top, I'm going to take this left piece, I'm going to leave the 6, and I'm going to factor and get x, and 5 times 4 is 20, and we need to make a negative 9x, so it's like that, okay? You should remember how to factor. And then on this piece up here, I'm going to slurp out a 5 and do 5 times x minus 5. And I'm going to put it over 1 just because I like to have a fraction. And then look, I can kill or cancel this and this, okay? Because they're factors, whole factors. Yes, there's a minus sign between them, but they're like a whole giant thing. So on top, we have 6 times 5. So on top, we have 30. And on the bottom, we just have x minus 4 times 1, so we have x minus 4. Okay, cool. So I said I did number 2, I did number 6. I'm doing number 10. Okay, so number 10, 16x over 25x squared minus 9, 25x squared minus 9. And all that is times 25x squared plus 30x plus 9. 25x squared plus 30x plus 9. And that's all over 8x. Okay. Now, I see something I could cancel right away, but I'm going to mess around with these two bigger factors. So I'm going to just rewrite this 16x. I should recognize that as a difference of two squares. You got to see those things. 5x plus 3 times 5x minus 3. You got to see your difference of two squares when you see them. And this part up here is a square of a binomial. Okay, you got to see it. This is square rootable. This is square rootable. The square root of this is 5x. The square root of this is 3. 5x times 3 is 15x. And then if the middle is double that, then you got the square of a binomial. I know it's a lot, but you got to recognize these things. So that's, I'm going to write it weird. What it is 5x plus 3 quantity squared. But I'm going to write it as 5x plus 3 times 5x plus 3. It's going to make it easier to cancel. And then I'll write my 8x. And then this guy can kill this guy. I should use a different color for that. This guy can kill this guy. Now this guy is different. 5x minus 3 cannot kill 5x plus 3. Sorry. Okay. And then the 16x and the 8x. 8x goes into that twice and 8x goes into that once. So what we have is 2 times 5x plus 3, 2 times 5x plus 3 over 5x minus 3. Okay, I'm going to go off on a quick tangent really quick. I just want to show you one thing. One of the problems, if you ever get something like x plus 3 and then over like negative x minus 3 and you're like, oh, they're not the same, I can't cancel them. Sometimes you gotta look, it doesn't relate to the previous problem, but sometimes you say, oh, if this is the exact opposite, I could actually slurp out a negative 1 on the bottom, and then negative 1 times x is negative x, and negative 1 times positive 3 is, right, negative 1 times positive 3 is negative 3. And then look what you can do. You could kill those guys and you get like a 1 over negative 1, which would be negative 1. Anyway, not related. It is related. It's a great skill. All right, and then the last problem I was going to do on this sheet was number 22. Number 22 is x squared minus 36 over 2x squared plus 3x plus 1, 2x squared plus 3x plus 1. And then, I know it's sloppy, sorry. And then it says divided by, and it's 4x minus 24 over 8x plus 4. Now I'm going to be a little bit lazy on this one. Do you remember, you better remember that when you divide, okay, when you divide, you could change it to multiply and then flip the second fraction. So I'm going to erase that. So, well, you know what? I'm just going to be super lazy. I'm not going to erase it. Yes, I will. I'm erasing it. So we'd have the 8x plus 4 on the top. The 8x plus 4 is now on the top. And then I erase the bottom. Remember what the problem was? It was 4x minus 24. So we go 4x minus 24. I'm sorry about our little division line. Okay. All right. Now we can start messing with these things. And again, I implore you, this guy here, you have to see it's a difference of two squares. X plus 6, x minus 6. This one, it's a little harder to factor. It's not a regular 1x. It's a 2x times an, 2x times an x. Right, this guy right here. I'm factoring down below. And then, the nice thing is the last has to be 1. So it's got to be 1 and 1. And if I put a plus and a plus, I could get my 3x. Okay, I know it's getting sloppy, but that's how math is. Math is sloppy. Over here, you gotta see, right? I'm gonna just make that a big dot for time. You gotta see, you gotta slurp. I see this. I see a 4 can slurp out of that, and I get 2x plus 1. See? Right here, right? The 4 comes out of both, and it's 2x plus 1. And then on the bottom, I can also slurp out a 4 out of here, right? And I get x minus 6. And then look at all this beautiful canceling and killing I can do. I got the x minus 6 can kill the x minus 6. I got the 2x plus 1 can kill the 2x plus 1. I got the 4 can kill the 4. So all I'm left with is, your answer is x, oops, I don't know why I put an 8 there, sorry. Just x plus 6, right, this guy, over x plus 1, and you're done. All right, that's the end of your video, and then I'm going to assign you a few of those problems. Let's get out of here. Let's turn this on. Boom. And